Cardi B had faced scandals, rumors, and heartbreak many times in the public eye, but nothing prepared her for this moment. It was supposed to be a normal interview, just another late-night appearance for Stefon Diggs after a long week. The studio lights were warm, the cameras were rolling, and Stefon looked calm, almost too calm. Nobody expected anything unusual. But insiders later said they sensed something different about him, a softness in his voice, a heaviness in his eyes, as if he'd been carrying a weight for years. And then, the host asked one simple question that changed everything. "Stefon, what's the one thing you've never told Cardi B?" The entire room froze. The audience leaned forward. Producers stared at their monitors in disbelief. Stefon exhaled deeply, the kind of breath you take when you've been holding something inside for far too long. And with a trembling voice, he whispered, "I never told her how scared I was of losing her, before I even had her." The crowd gasped. The host's eyes widened. But Stefon wasn't done. Broken heart, the confession that broke the internet. Stefon Diggs' hands shook as he continued, voice cracking in a way fans had never heard. "People think I'm this confident guy, but when it came to her, I was terrified. I watched her go through pain, public battles, heartbreaks. And I promised myself that if I ever got close to her, I'd never be the reason she cried. I'd never be another chapter in her book of disappointments." Silence filled the studio. You could hear sniffles from the audience. But Stefon's eyes suddenly became glassy, and tears rolled down his face, real tears, as he confessed the part that shook fans to their core. "I didn't just fall for Cardi. I fell for the woman behind the spotlight. The mother. The fighter. The girl who loves too hard and hurts too deeply. She saved me without even knowing it, and I'm scared every day that I won't be enough." The host covered his mouth. People in the audience wiped their eyes. Even the camera guy's voice cracked as he whispered, "Oh my God." Loudly crying face Cardi B's reaction, emotional and unexpected. Cardi wasn't in the studio. She didn't know what was happening. She found out the same way millions of fans did, when the clip went viral within minutes. She was at home, sitting on the couch, scrolling through her phone when she saw Stefon crying on the screen. At first, she thought it was edited. But the raw vulnerability, the shaking hands, the breaking voice, it was too real. Cardi dropped her phone. Her chest tightened. Tears filled her eyes instantly. Those closest to her said she whispered to herself. Why would he say that on TV, why now? Because it wasn't just a confession. It was a release. A truth he had never dared to speak, not to her, not to anyone. Cardi covered her mouth, trying not to sob. She wasn't crying out of sadness, but out of shock, relief, love, and fear all mixed together. She had always wondered if Stefon truly understood what it meant to love someone who carried scars. She had always feared her past would make him run. She had always questioned whether he saw her for the woman behind the fame. And here he was, telling the whole world that he loved every piece of her, even the pieces she hid. Revolving hearts. What she did next left everyone speechless. Cardi didn't call anyone. She didn't text her friends. She didn't wait for her team to respond. She grabbed her keys and drove straight to his house. Sources say Cardi walked into the living room with tears still streaming down her cheeks. Stefon stood up immediately, shocked to see her so emotional. Before he could say a word, she ran into his arms, literally ran, and wrapped her arms around him as if she'd been holding in years of emotions. Cardi whispered into his chest. "You didn't have to say all that on national TV." Her voice cracked. Stefon rested his forehead against hers. "I needed to. I needed you to know." That's when Cardi broke down completely, the kind of emotional release fans rarely see from her. She cried into his chest, her fingers gripping his shirt, and Stefon held her tighter than ever before. Insiders say they stood there for almost 10 minutes, in silence, just holding each other, healing each other. Globe showing America's social media exploded. Twitter went wild. Fans posted reactions like, "I'm crying in the club right now, loudly crying face, loudly crying face, loudly crying face, Stefon is too real. Cardi deserves this level of love. Period. This man loves her hard. I felt that confession in my soul." Offset somewhere punching the air, RN loudly crying face, loudly crying face, loudly crying face. Other celebrities even chimed in, saying they had never seen Stefon that vulnerable before. Fire the moment that changed everything. Later that night, Cardi posted a message, short, simple, and powerful, that sent fans into complete meltdown. "You didn't lose me. You found me." Fans said it was the most genuine thing she had ever written about love. And Stefon replied publicly with just one line. "I'll never stop choosing you. Red heart, a new chapter begins." People close to the couple said this moment was a turning point, a moment when walls finally came down. Cardi felt understood, seen, and protected. Stefon felt safe enough to be vulnerable. This wasn't just a confession. This was a promise. This was the moment fans will remember forever, the emotional confession that brought Cardi B to tears and opened a new chapter in their relationship. And for the first time in a long time, Cardi allowed herself to believe in a love that wouldn't break her. Here is your very long, emotional, dramatic story based on the title. Fans in tears crying face, Cardi B can't hold it after Stefon Diggs' emotional confession. It all started on a quiet Friday evening, one of those rare moments where Cardi B wasn't rushing between rehearsals, interviews, and her responsibilities as a mom. She was finally home, curled up on the edge of her couch, checking her phone the way she always did before bed. She didn't expect anything unusual, but that was the night everything changed. For weeks, the internet had been buzzing with rumors, tiny whispers that something deep was going on between Cardi B and Stefon Diggs. They tried ignoring it, brushing off comments from fans and bloggers, but deep down, both of them knew the pressure was building. Still, nothing could have prepared Cardi for what she was about to hear next. The message that started it all. Just before midnight, Cardi's phone buzzed. It was Stefon. He rarely called that late unless something serious was on his mind. Cardi paused, staring at the screen, feeling a twist of anxiety in her stomach. She answered. "Hey, you good?" she asked softly, expecting his usual playful tone. But Stefon's voice was different, low, shaky, carrying a weight she'd never heard before. "Cardi. I need to talk to you," he whispered. "I need to get something off my chest. I've been holding it in for too long." Her heart started pounding. "Steph, what's going on? You're scaring me." There was a long, painful silence. Then Stefon Diggs, NFL star, fan favorite, the man known for confidence, charisma, and swagger, finally broke. "I can't keep pretending everything's okay. I can't keep hiding how I feel. Cardi, you don't understand how much you mean to me." The confession that broke the internet. Cardi froze. This wasn't the kind of message you get from someone who just wants attention. His voice cracked with emotion, the kind that only comes from months of internal battles. "I tried to stay away," Stefon continued, his breathing uneven. "I tried to focus on football, on my life, but every time I try to move forward, you're still there. Your smile, your energy, your heart, you changed me in ways I never talked about." Cardi felt her throat tighten. Her eyes burned. She wasn't ready for this, she wasn't prepared for him to reveal feelings so raw, so vulnerable. Stefon's voice dropped even lower. "I'm tired of acting like I don't care. I'm tired of the internet twisting everything. I'm tired of hiding how much you've inspired me. Cardi. I'm serious. You made me want to be better. You made me feel seen. And I've never admitted that to anyone." Cardi covered her mouth. Tears gathered instantly. This was too much. Too unexpected. Too real. Why Cardi broke down. She tried speaking, but nothing came out. Stefon noticed. Are you crying? He asked gently. Cardi let out a shaky breath. Steph, why are you saying all this now? His answer shattered her completely. Because I thought I was strong enough to keep it inside. But seeing everything you've been going through, watching you fight battles publicly and privately, watching you pretend you're fine even when you're hurting, it broke me. It made me realize I can't lose the chance to tell you the truth. Cardi wiped her tears, but they kept coming. You don't understand, Stefon said, voice trembling. Every time I see you smile, I feel peace. Every time I see you cry, I feel pain. You became a part of my heart without me even realizing it. Her tears flowed harder. She'd never heard a man speak to her, about her, with this level of emotional clarity. Not hiding. Not fronting. Not trying to impress the world. Just speaking truth from the deepest part of his soul. I never wanted to fall for you. But I did. Stefon inhaled sharply. I tried to stop it. I swear I did. But I fell for you anyway. And it's the scariest thing that's ever happened to me. Cardi's breath hitched. She tried to keep herself composed, but her chest tightened with overwhelming emotion. She felt seen. She felt protected. She felt appreciated in a way that she hadn't felt in a long, long time. Why didn't you tell me sooner? She whispered. Because I didn't want to complicate your life, Stefon replied. You've been through so much. I didn't want to add pressure or bring drama. But I realized something, the truth hurts less than silence. And if I never told you, I'd regret it forever.
나는 아래를 쳐다보고 있겠지. 묘한 짜릿함 그 속에 머물다 보면 어느새 제주 행비행 신비한 세계로 나를 이끌고 거짓말처럼 하늘을 날면 어느새 제주 바다가 내게로 와 있네. 있어 아래엔 간혹 도시가 보이곤 해. 그 도시에는 또 다른 내가 하늘에 떠가는 비행기를 올려다보고 있겠지. 쳐다보고 있겠지. 묘한 짜릿함 그 속에 머물다 보면 어느새 제주행 비행 신비한 세계로 나를 이끌고 거짓말처럼